Hi everyone, it's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com, and in today's video, I'm going to explain what a charge-off really is, how it is created, why creditors are required to do it, and what happens on your credit report, and what federal laws control the process under the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act and the Fair Credit Reporting Act. When you borrow money, a credit card, auto loan, line of credit, the lender expects payment on time. If you stop paying for 180 days, about 6 months, accounting rules under the General Accepted Accounting Principles, GAAP, GAAP, and IRS regulations require the creditor to charge off that debt as a loss on their book. Doesn't mean the debt is forgiven. It's a simple accounting action that is required. The creditor moves the debt from their active receivables into bad debt expense. This allows them to take a tax deduction for the loss and clean up their balance sheet for investors and regulators. Banks and credit card companies are regulated by federal agencies like the Office of Comptroller of the Currency and the Federal Reserve. They must clarify delinquent consumer loans correctly. At 180 days of delinquencies for revolving accounts or 120 days for installment loans, they are required to mark them as charge-offs. This keeps their financial statements honest. They can't show unpaid loans as an asset on their book. When a creditor changes your account status to charge-off, they send that data to the credit bureau, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, using a standardized system called Metro 2 reporting. In that system, the account status code changes to charge-off, and the payment rating updates to reflect how late the account was before the charge-off occurred. You've probably seen that on your credit reports. When it charges off, all of a sudden, it will update the late payment statuses also. They're required to report the accurate date of the first delinquency. That's called a DOFD. You'll see that on your credit report. The month you first missed a payment and never brought it current. Number 2, they have to report a balance of 0 to the creditor once it's sold or transferred to a debt collector. Number 3, they have to mark the account as charged off only once, not repeatedly each month, where they try to update it, because that would hurt your credit score due to the credit reporting algorithm. The next thing, after charge-off, 3 things can happen. The creditor keeps the account, and they may attempt to collect on the account utilizing their own internal collection measure. The next thing that they could do is they could sell it to a debt buyer or collection agent, or they can assign it to a third-party collector while still owning the debt. This is where they can hire an attorney. Companies like American Express, Barclays, Capital One, those companies will usually assign it to a third-party debt collector. Now, one of the things that you should be aware of is in certain states, the creditor is not allowed to be or act as a debt collector. That's why they will hire it out to a third-party collection agency or third-party lawyer. Once it's sold, the original creditor must update the balance on your credit report to 0 because there is no longer a debt. The new buyer or collection agency can report it as a new collection account, but not as a charge-off. That's very important to know. Now, there are 2 main federal laws that control the entire process. The Fair Debt Collections Practices Act, also known as the FDCPA, it applies to third-party collectors, not original creditors. It prohibits false, deceptive, or misleading reporting. A collector can't report a charge-off or balance that doesn't exist or misrepresent the ownership of that debt. Number 2, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, also known as the FCRA. It governs the accuracy and timing of information on your credit report. It requires creditors to report data accurately and correct errors promptly. Limits charge-offs to remain no longer than 7 years if you do absolutely nothing from the date of the first delinquency. That's why that's very important. If the account is sold, the new collector must report the account as a collection, not as a charge-off. And the original creditor must show a balance of 0 after they've transferred or sold it. When a charge-off is sold, it becomes an asset for the buyer, even though they may be paid pennies on the dollar for that account. From your perspective, you now owe the collector, not the original creditor. The collector may contact you under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act guidelines, but they cannot misstate the amount that you owe, threaten legal action if they do not intend to take legal action, and they cannot re-age the account to make it look newer on your credit reports. The charge-off remains on your credit reports for 7 years if you do absolutely nothing to get it removed. But it should always stay tied to the original date of the first delinquency, never restarted or reinstated under a new date. If you believe a charge-off is inaccurate, maybe the date, the balance, the ownership is wrong, you have a right to dispute it under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. If the furnisher doesn't verify it correctly within 30 days to 45 days, they must delete or correct that inaccurate information. If a collector violates the FDCPA, Fair Debt Collectors Practices Act, in a way where they try to collect and put that information on your report, they could be in violation of $1,000 statutory damages plus any attorney's costs or fees that you see just for you preparing your case against the collector. So remember, a charge-off doesn't mean your debt disappeared. It's an accounting move that can be disputed if the data is wrong. And it must be reported accurately under the federal guidelines of the Fair Debt Collectors Practices Act and the Fair Credit Reporting Act. If you need help understanding and removing inaccurate charge-offs from your credit report, visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process and my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, because that's where everything starts, go to www.your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you where they've purchased your charge-off, you have a right to make them validate that debt. You can go to summonsmaster.com where you can upload your debt collection letter and it'll create an exclusive certified debt validation letter that will stop most debt collectors, or at minimum make them get the documentation to prove that you have to pay them for that account. If you're being sued by debt collectors, you must respond or you'll be giving up your rights and you'll get a default judgment that can last for 20 years. You can go to summonsmaster.com where you can upload your summons and get a fully formatted response to every allegation and a defense to help you win your case. We also have a done for you service also on there. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.